Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on whereabouts you are in the world. I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. And welcome to today's War Wednesday stream, where we're playing some community Crusader Kings III. This is one of our weekly community games. We have two Crusader Kings III community games that are just up for a bit of chilled out fun. This is the more chilled of them, where we're I think most of us are currently playing as Wandering Heroes. So if you want to join in, you're most welcome to. Just head on over to the Discord using the QR code up on the screen, or using the links down below, or putting exclamation mark Discord in your chat, or just go to discord.gg/Imaflanker and head on over to the stream waiting room. This game has been a much smaller game than normal, but it's been a lot of fun all the same. So without further ado, let's grab some of our community members in, and we'll grab Laz and Physics. And I think Ryan is going to be late on in.
In my Seduce Your Wife campaign, I can't find my character.
Have you checked in someone else's bed?
Wrong campaign.
Oh.
I do apologise. This is taking me a moment to find it.
What stops light footmen? What's good against skirmishers? Bowmen.
Bowman, yeah.
I already have Vigmen who are bowmen. So yeah, I think I'm gonna dump my Bondi for Huskarls. They stop light cav and archers. I'm already countering archers, I think. Nope, I'm not.
I must admit, I ended up going with pretty simplistic armies from the Norse, just because everything is pretty good, although the counters are not necessarily all there. Their heavy infantry are just devastating.
Huskarls count as heavy infantry, and they stop spearmen and archers, and they have no negative terrains. Only positive in Taiga and Forest and Winter.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
I think I'm going to dump my Bondi to get Huskarls.
I think that seems reasonable.
Yeah, because later on when I get my accolades, so you buff your veterans with those, it's also going to buff the Huskarls. The heavy troop.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it will give you additional troop size as well, I believe.
Yeah, additional size for the for heavy infantry, and since they both count as heavy infantry, it's going to increase my number of counters. I have spearmen and heavy cavalry. It's going to go to spearmen and archers, so I'll have 2 against spearmen. I'll lose the ability to stop light cav, but I mean, so what?
Right, I can't find my character.
I'm going to keep my Vigmen, though, because I'm weak against light footmen, skirmishers, and Vigmen counter skirmishers. So a counter against my only main counter. I just don't have much in pursuit. My veterans have got 10 pursuit, but...
Ah, right. I know what the flag is now.
Yeah, I think comparatively on it's one of the things that are kind of lacking is some sort of light cav for that pursuit, but they more than make up for it in just getting to smash them all over again. My most disgusting victories have always been with Vikings. They're the Norse are just disgusting.
And at some point, I want to capture the Welsh so I can switch out my Vigmen with Longbowmen.
Oh yeah, because Longbowmen are freaking ace as well.
Yeah, I need to get some Welsh to do my next freaking. Because I don't know if you noticed, like one of the first things I did was combine Norse and Gaelic.
Yep. It's a good move. It's
Right away. Already? It's like, yeah, I could do it on day one.
it's such a good move because you get all of the benefits of the Asatru faith as well. With they're such a nice combination together.
And I don't get heavy negatives since I'm now geodelic. I don't get heavy negatives for taking Ireland.
Yeah, which means that your life is significantly easier if you want to kind of move in that direction.
I took the geodelic language and I kept the North Germanic heritage. You can't take both. You got to take one of each.
You got to pick because otherwise it's not splitting.
Either way, it cuts down your negative for not being their culture. It doesn't matter which one you take. If I'd have gone Norse language, it would have been better to have geodelic background heritage, but then I couldn't take some of the other things around here.
The Unholy Cookie F1 just subscribed. Flanker smells like a dead burned forest.
Reasonable.
But yeah, I need to take a Welsh count.
Yeah, I must admit I'm on the way up, I think, from Wales at the moment. From Flanders at the moment to Wales, because I've gone through the path of take the custom as it comes. So specifically so I can come and get some Welsh longbowmen. Because that with a bowman captain is just really powerful as a mercenary army.
And they stay powerful because they get buffs with each age.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't get some of the archery buffs, but they're just so powerful the further it goes on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, each age they become the best unit in the game for damage. And by the end, if you don't include buffs, you just put them 1-to-1. Longbowmen become the best units in the game by the end game. Not definitely. That our games ever last that long.
Hey, look, sometimes things aren't meant to last a long time.
What's your excuse then?
Well, I'm the example of why you shouldn't have things that last a long time.
I think we're waiting on a cookie.
We are indeed.
Oh, that's ridiculous. The cultural tradition, longbowman, that gives you the longbowman. Max size of archer regiments +4.
Yeah.
Max size of spearmen and heavy cav -2, but I don't care. I'm not taking those.
We're here to put arrows in you, not stick around.
Well, I'm going to have one group of longbowmen and the rest are going to be heavy, but yeah, I mean, so what?
I think this session I'm going to go to war, and I'm going to try and
I'm going to
amass
be weak
15
against light
grand.
cav, though, aren't I?
I've got
yeah, because you don't have a spearman equivalent, do you? I wonder if there's...
I'm strong against heavy cav,
not
light cav.
Hey,
that's what the Bondi are doing for me now is the light cav. But if I only have one unit of archers, I don't care if I'm using mostly heavy infantry. They're there to fill the gap of when the heavy armor aren't as good. I don't think it'll matter.
Does whatever a spider pig does.
But mostly, I need to hurry up and become exalted. Is that what I need? No, I need legendary. I'm nowhere near there. I'm only halfway to exalted. All the disease in the first session that kept me locked down, kept me from getting prestige. If you remember that first session, 10 years or like 4 plagues went through the British Isles. And Ryan said he's going to be like an hour late, right? Or was that tomorrow he's talking about?
No, that's today. Well, that was how I read it anyway.
He put tomorrow in quotes at like today. I'm like, I don't know what day you're talking about, man.
Are you ready to rock and roll, Cookie?
Yeah.
Okay, we're underway.
Roll that rock.
Indeed. Right.
Well,
Let's have-
I won't be doing much this session until I've got rid of consumption, so I'll just sit here and die slowly.
My character's not feeling well for some reason. I don't know how that started.
Did you open a box of gold by chance?
Oh, somebody sent me some gold. That's right. Someone's trying to poison me. Someone's trying to kill me. So I switched to redouble guards to increase or to decrease murder success chance.
Oh, cool. Let me guess. Pneumonia? Yeah, I'm passing pneumonia around. Oh, no. No, that's not pneumonia I have consumption. I'm just going to have to do contracts that are currently present and not move from my location. Possible.
You're around me, aren't you?
No, I'm in South CX.
I wish that. Well, that's not far from me.
And with this contract, I do need to do those.
Hey, Wagley.
I wish there was a way I could increase contracts.
I wish. I want to take this contract. They've got this 234 versus 250. The organised march. I need so many more champions. I've got 5 out of 17. Good God.
I hate having allies calling me into wars.
Right.
I can't afford the prestige to say no, but I can't really get there all the time to help. So I'm not.
Which then you get Oathbreaker. You're like, I don't know what you wanted from me, buddy. You got yourself
I'm not getting Oathbreaker. I can't afford it, so I'm joining the war, but I can't necessarily do anything about it, you know. But I also can't raid to get prestige because I can't do anything about the war.
Have you tried not being a pirate?
Wow, heresy.
No, that doesn't make any sense to me. What are you talking about? Ugh. I hear the words that are coming to your mouth, but they're not making any sense.
Just jibber jabbering there.
Jibber jabbering.
Yep, quit your jibber jabber, fool.
Right, let's get her married, I suppose.
Oh. A matrilineal marriage for your wet nurse and my heir.
I didn't look to see. I didn't know that was you. Sorry, I didn't see the. It didn't see the pink. Is that your kid? Oh, that's your son.
My heir, you're like, you want a matrilineal marriage to my wet nurse.
Dude, I said matrilineal marriage, sorted by stewardship, and then just click send to the top one. I didn't read it.
I have to say that's the most annoying feature about this game sometimes. Because it prioritizes players.
Oh, dear. Well, it's only because players tend to have a...
Better stuff.
Yeah. You're going to appear far higher on the list.
Surgeon's tools.
Where did I get this guy from? A 36 freaking stewardship? He was in my court the whole time. Get back to work, dude. What were you? Why were you not my steward?
Off to war I go. .32 prowess. Should be 34. There is loads of time.
I think it's time I killed my liege. Never mind, 0% secrecy.
Remember, your secrecy is adjusted by your...
When you're shouting it out,
agents.
it's maybe the reason it's not secret. I'm going to kill my liege. I mean, I don't know what you mean, my liege. Why would you even think that?
Apparently, I'm going to win decisively. I missed him by a bloody day. How annoying. By the way, Physics, let me know when you've switched your merged your cultures. I'll nip over and grab it.
You mean merge it again? It won't be until 9/17 before I can even do it.
That's all right. I've got time.
Because I did it the first year. I couldn't do it the first day because you can't pause. And you have to wait 50 years, so. And I don't even have a freaking Welsh county yet to.
You just walked 157 men to their death. Congrats. Hey, got rid of consumption.
Hmm. I think with 38% secrecy, this isn't going to work.
Oh, that's going to be 19 months of sitting around, sieging this town. Right. Like, if I would like to know when we get more Schedule 1, or rather, she wants to know. I would like to know when Wagley's streaming next, and you're just co-hosting.
Whenever Wagley is free. Maybe tomorrow. I genuinely don't know. Have to ask the one and only Wagley.
Wagley. I would like to know when you're streaming Schedule 1 with your co-host Flanker. Let's tell you what, let's freeze that one. Wow, that's really not helpful.
Do this thing. Ah, damn it.
Excuse me for one moment.
You want to fight some Vikings? Hey, Flanker, what's your freaking group called?
I don't have an army at the moment. But I am I'm at university, House McDonald.
You don't have an army, so it's kind of pointless.
Yes.
And Cookie's probably nowhere near me.
I'm currently in Hungary.
Yeah, you're not in the British Isles.
I am working my way towards the British Isles. I'm just stopping for a few contracts here and there, trying to get some cash together for a couple of men of arms. This gives me food.
Ice back.
Oh, bull, I'm going to lose this fight. Do 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 do. I could really have done with some honor just for this.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
What?
I thought I'd lost a perk, which I had, but not in a negative way.
That's a good book, Flanker. You going to war anytime soon?
Well, I'm currently using the old ledger because I need to get my I finish what I'm doing first. Oh, hang on. I finished what I'm doing. There you go. Well, in that case, time to swap books.
There is a definite benefit of walking around the world when you come back with that many traits.
Oh, my character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rough terrain expert, desert warrior, reckless, avaricious gardener, architect, herbalist, scarred, Asaluna, and veteran traveller. With herbalist, they got Midas touched. What is she? Why?
I'm actually aiming to do the Champion of the Swan.
Yep, same. Well, I'm hunting criminals around and
Oh, looks like the AI is just going to let me siege down this stuff.
there you go. I'm getting myself equipped. My son's giving plus 40% men-at-arms damage and plus 20% men-at-arms toughness.
Oh, I just got 220 gold for that war.
Nice.
It was such a small war as well. I'm going to go fishing. Right, I would like... Got a roaring campfire, I have got proving grounds.
And the tax refund.
You know, it goes against what I'm trying to build, but I think I'm going to go for the mess tent for my last building. Baggage train would make more sense for a mercenary band, wouldn't it? Yeah, go for that then. another prowess.
I beat the bandit in a fight and I got 20 gold out of him.
That's good.
I just need 100 more coins.
Defender holds war target? What? I am the defender. Oh, no, I'm the attacker. What's the war target then? I'm in an independence war. What's the war target?
You need to target his locations, which he owns. So you need to take Skid, Carchepre, and Il.
Any Sudra is his capital.
Yes. If you take that along with his other 2 holdings, then they're his holdings.
Ah, okay. He has a manipulation hook on me, so I went ahead and went to war with him. Like, no, you're not going to be my liege anymore. No. Not if you got a hook on me. My murder scheme went to negative 113% chance of succeeding, so I kind of canceled that.
Oh, lovely. I've got an infected wound. Well, I'm still feeling fine, but...
Yeah, I was kicking the crap out of him, and then freaking Sweden King showed up, his ally.
Sweetest.
Yeah, that was Halfdan. Halfdan's dead. I killed him.
Huzzah!
Born Ironside of Sweden. He's dead.
Nice. On my travel to a contract, I decided to visit several points of interest.
Oh, where are you guys going? Why are you running away? Aw, too bad I'm faster than you.
Oh boy.
Ha, I got one of his kids. I got 2 of his kids. And I am independent.
All right. Oh, I'm off to a grand tournament that I just requested.
Nice. We're in Flanders as well. Shame I won't be back for it.
That's the one I requested.
Yeah.
In 4 months.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to be traveling. 7, yeah.
Oh, sucks to be you, my guy.
Indeed, it often does, but...
Would you listen to me? Foolish that.
Oh, I'm no longer not feeling well. Back to good freaking health.
Nice.
In your opinion, which is the best places to visit while in a tournament camp?
I always go for
the
the
trade.
Artificer.
Yeah, I tend to trade between, if I can, I hit the tournament ground first to increase success, and then I go for the freaking Artifice.
Can you improve my prize bow? Gains +2 prowess. Oh! Remember when I had that what was it? A spear that got glitched out. I ended up 4 hours on it. Temporary buff forever. Okay, I feel like my mathing is correct, but my prowess should be higher than 29.
My wife died.
Oh, that sucks, bud.
I mean, at least it didn't came into interaction with Les.
What are you, scared? Progress to victory, 100%. That was my first fight.
How does the grass taste, little man?
Oh, I can get the ambidextrous trait for 25 years. Let's go for it. Are you scared, old man? It's probably a good thing you weren't here, Flanker. I'd absolutely trashed everybody.
So I did enjoy last night's Warzone games. Was it 3 wins out of 5 games?
Yes.
Six games, 3 wins.
It's not bad.
Don't forget, we managed to win 2 in a row, which was really nice.
Oh, I was on the ship on the way back and the tournament started. Hell, dude.
Okay.
Oh, I keep hitting you up for your freaking guy, don't I?
Yes.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not paying it all attention.
Alright, off to Bavaria I am. Goodbye, Hungary.
Oh, hungry.
Well, interesting. My heir is patient, brave, and zealous.
You are.
My heir is.
Let's join. Sorry, I'm. Has everyone stopped just for a sec?
Okay, I just pressed something now. I'm stopping.
Okay, I'm pausing now. Hey, Ryan.
Hello.
Jump on in, my friend.
What'd you say?
I said
He
jump
said
on
jump
in.
on in. Sheesh.
Hi. Okay. The J was completely dropped on Discord.
So nice.
And I thought Flanker was getting old, but looking at you, Ryan, seems like you're having issues listening.
I remember when I was getting old in the old days.
That was not a listening thing. That was literally the J in jump on in was dropped.
Sounds like
Sure.
an
Yeah, it's
issue.
not the Thursday game. We're not humping
Surely
on
you mean
anyone.
Sure, you mean umping if you're dropping the J.
Yeah, I heard hump on in.
He's pretty good weapon.
And you were cutting out even more because you were away from the mic.
We don't want to hear him anyway. It's fine.
So fair.
Yeah, now joining.
Fresh coffee made by Lazarus. Message, time for you daily run.
You know the only problem with this? Well, there's two problems with our Wednesday stream. Problem one, Flanker keeps talking. Problem two, no Wagley.
Wagley is there.
She's not in here with us.
So what you're saying is Flanker should get Wagley's Crusader Kings III, and so she can be here with you.
Yeah.
Be fair, that'll definitely be more entertaining.
It doesn't take much to be more entertaining.
Oh, he's back.
For you, it takes a lot to be more entertaining.
Should we send him another one, Les?
Pardon?
I guess should we send him another one? Just keep him away.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Is this the game where I was an adventurer, or is this the game where I was bird?
Yes.
I don't know what you were.
I think I was an adventurer.
Alright.
I missed a week, so I don't know.
This was the game where you were doing the thing with the thing?
Cookie, are you in future? Oh, wait. I just joined as... Oh, wow. Okay, I'm in.
No, I'm not. This is not the game where I was Frisia.
Okay, I'm in, though.
That's
Right.
the first
He's
day.
busy.
Oh, we unpaused, looks like.
Yeah, I'm in. It just joined me straight in. Because the game is...
Well, lucky you, because I couldn't find my bloody character to start with.
Hey Ryan, wanna know how my heir became on this character compared to the Holland run?
Your heir?
My heir is patient, brave, and zealous.
Those are good traits.
Dallas.
Zealot.
Zealot.
It's a heretic. The heretics will be burned by him. Alright, I have arrived in Bavaria.
I'm kicking the crap out of a 4,000 man army with a 1,400 mercenary army. Like, not even my troops.
Nice.
Wow, my AO has a base stewardship of 20. Sorry, of 13 rather. His stewardship is 20 with a base of 13.
Is this a player's character, House Pond?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was Tolmat, I think.
Yep.
I'm in a war with them. They've seen better days.
Against them or with them?
With them.
Ooh, that was iffy. 30% chance to gain 500 renown and 70% chance to die.
Eesh. That's scary.
I survived.
Good. You gained renown.
Oh, I'm currently first in this war contribution.
Nice.
Artifact delivery. I will do that. From where to where? Anything interesting on the way back to take? Yes.
Wow, my caravan master is giving 51 speed.
Apparently, I am concerned that my 55-year-old concubine might be cheating on me. I don't care.
I have an issue with how there isn't a okay, I don't care button for that. You're not allowed to let other people be poly.
It fits with the time period. That's why.
I just started a travel and then suddenly pop up from, hey, we want to hire you. And then it fades away because I hit travel. Rip.
Physics, there isn't a way to do it even if you have have those things like accepted by the faith.
It's the time period. It's not. It didn't exist back then. The term poly didn't exist back then. Marriages were transactional. They weren't about love.
Yeah.
What you're talking about has nothing to do with marriage.
But the fact that people will take such offense to, what's it called? To like a husband or wife having a lover, even if the religion is like, yeah, okay, you can have, you're allowed to have this.
Women were not allowed to cheat outside the marriage in this time.
Yes,
it doesn't matter about anything else.
But
even if the religion didn't care, the time period, it did not happen. It was not allowed in this region of the world.
yeah, and there are doctrines for that in the religion, and if you make a religion that has it accepted, you still can't. Your character
still gets upset because it wasn't culturally acceptable anywhere in this area.
Alright, my army is on max strength currently.
Ooh, I learned Greek. Apparently the AI had me learn
Sacrifice.
Greek.
Wait, what? I get gallows bait for sacrifice. Can't have that.
Ah, I wonder why.
Well,
Damn.
the first thing, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think I've got more legitimacy than every other unlanded character. Just picked up 20.
Yeah, because no one else can have it.
I need to upgrade my camp to get my training ground. Seems the week that I was missing, they made a roaring campfire and a beggaring train.
Baggage train?
Yeah. It's not terrible.
Yep.
I just prefer to have the training ground.
Hope is gonna give me gold again. Yay.
Yeah.
Ugh, 400 gold.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
I'm near the Pope. Hey, Pope, can you give me some money? The Pope is not your patron. Damn it.
I got a high tier treasure hunt, which does work. High tier treasure hunts do work. And I'm picking up the last of the POIs down here with it.
Nice. Well done.
Next, I'm gonna head back to Europe, where most of the rest of the kingdom titles are. I'm thinking of going up to Mongolia, but that's expensive. Where do I want to spread Catholicism, though?
I'm tired of fighting other people's wars.
Yeah.
It keeps holding me back from actually being able to get prestige. Always stuck in other people's wars that take forever to clear up.
Yeah.
Especially now I have to sail all the way to freaking Norway to fight it for them.
Yeah, it
waiting
takes
for them to
a
lose takes
surprisingly
even
long
longer.
time. Yeah.
I'll occasionally join the war and then not actually send any troops.
You oath breaker.
I do that. That doesn't hurt you. It's better to accept it and not send troops than to not accept it. You get up
That's true.
Oathbreaker for not accepting.
If they what's it called? If they win it fast enough, nothing happens at all. They don't think you've broken your oath, but they just haven't given you enough time to join the war, and the war ended too soon.
Experienced Traveler. Nice.
I just got a a special masterwork trinket.
Oh,
So
awesome.
really powerful trinket. No. Why'd I lose it? Did I deliver? No, okay, never mind. Apparently I got 2 of them and I gave 1 away.
Leave Albertower away alone then. I'll just go to Cardiff.
I have 3 months left on my contract with my mercenaries, and I have 3 months left to finish this siege that they're doing. I wonder if they're gonna make it.
Oh wait, that's what it was. I got this masterwork trinket from the treasure hunt. Cool. Well worth it for that treasure hunt.
Another plague in my area, of course.
Of course.
Early prevention success, yes.
Yay.
Gives me 55 plague resistance in my lands.
In my Isle of Man game, I have like minus 30 gold a month, but I'm still making plenty of gold because I just send my entire army raiding like France or Germany or Spain every year or so.
I haven't been able to raid this entire session because I've always been at war for other people's freaking wars.
Yikes. And you need the fame. You can't say no because you'll lose a lot of fame.
Yeah.
Dang. That sucks.
Oh, he finished. And my mercenaries dismissed. Good shit.
You can invade France. You can invade France pretty effectively.
I can raid right here pretty effectively. No one's raided here because I haven't been able to do it this whole session.
Oh, good point. Yeah. A good place to raid is Spain, though, because especially like down in the south area of Spain.
I get it, but it's a longer trip. If I can do it here, I'd rather do it here.
Yeah, I get that.
Whereas I'm off to your area to see if I can get some Varangian veterans to join my cause.
But now that I've got Terror Raider level 3 rating, it's nice that I can finally use it again.
Particularly since that's what that build was kind of built for, and you had just been inconvenienced by war.
Yeah, other people.
Right.
No, I don't want to fight your war for you.
Thank you, physics.
I don't mind if they declare the war while I'm raiding, and then end it before I'm finished raiding, because, you know, then it doesn't do anything to me. But if I go back to my lands with raid loot, the raider tag drops. I'm like, why can't I keep raiding? I'll go raid the war area. You know? I'll go beat the crap out of their armies and raid the war area.
Excellent. Well, I've now got the start of my mercenary army.
I would hate to go to war in this time period and find out that your enemy's allies are just Vikings that are going to raid all your settlements and completely disrupt any ability for you to recover money for your war chest. It's like, that would be like, oh, that's horrible.
Only 140 gold to go to get my camp leveled up.
Oh
Hey, Crusaders, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Do I want to spend this 50 gold to get 600 men following me? Nah.
As you're green, but I can't hear you.
I've only just got back on and I hadn't said anything.
Okay.
Hey, you meant the coloration of your skin, my lord.
You trying to call me a leper?
Yeah.
Well, if you storing your hand
I challenge
in a
you
cart,
to a duel, sir.
I don't actually know who would win that.
Well, I've got 42 prowess. How would you like to have a go?
46. Sure.
Yeah? I've got gifted duelist twice for some reason.
Oh, neat.
I'm not getting any prisoners.
Well, that's rude.
No, I say that and then I get a prisoner. Thank you. There's 50 gold.
Proving grounds, let's be having.
I think for this massive travel, I'm going to become explorers for a time.
That makes sense. Oh, glad to hear it.
Let's see if I can get this one done on perfectly fine. This would be a nice
Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Much
157
appreciated.
gold.
I have a son with 18 base stewardship.
Oh, guys, I have 4,106 troops in my army that I'm raiding with. If I go into a Red Skull territory, I lose 20 casualties. I take 20 casualties.
Wow. 0.5% casualties.
That's impressive.
Freaking ridiculous.
Ah, for a contract.
Bring me boundless plunder. Because not only is that more money, that's 75 prestige plus 30 more prestige for the 30 gold I got extra.
Almost at the point that I can change my camp purpose.
I'm doing a camp travel. If you look at my character, you might be able to see the big long travel I'm doing.
Oh, neat.
Let's see, where are you currently?
Going up to the step. I have 300% speed.
I like it.
See
That's
if I can-
ridiculous.
Speed.
I can't find you.
You just go on the players and double click on me.
If I do on players, all I see is physics.
What? No. The outliner is what I mean.
The outliner there. Right.
Outliner is very useful in general. I use it all the time.
Yeah, he spies on
Yeah.
us.
You're going all around the world to France. Damn, you're going to stinky French people.
Oh, this has been a nice run for money.
Duel to the death. Let's go.
I'm losing so few provisions. I think I might be able to make it through an entire like do all of these things. I'm just hitting so much. Don't have much to do right now though, so we'll play a bit of Old World, I guess.
Totally not addicted to Old World.
It's a great game. It's
I actually did not buy the DLCs myself so I can play alone as well.
Ugly says, "Oh, all I see is physics." I think that's the way she said it. I was just.
Physics. It's the only person I ever see.
I think after you said that, you're going to deal with her yourself.
Yes, I am.
Franco, if you do any single player Old World streams, I highly recommend the new scenario. Just tell me so that I can watch you play.
Yeah, I might
You want
take
to see
a
Franco suffer?
Well, I think Old World is unlike many other games for me in that it's most other games I play for silliness. Old World I actually play quite a high skill game, but so I don't think it's quite as compelling to watch. Unfortunately,
The new scenario is hard.
oh yeah.
And it is really silly how everything just explodes on you over and over again.
I mean, I happily watch Flanker play Old World. I'm learning from it whenever he does something stupid.
Fair point, well made.
You must be really good at it.
I was going to say, you're actually learning.
I'm being honest. I think from the people we play Old World with, I am the worst player in it.
But you know everything not to do.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
When Flanker shows something stupid, it's like, okay, don't do that.
Did you just call him Uncle Flanker?
No, when
No, he
Flanker
didn't.
does something.
Uncle Flanker.
Oh my God.
Dear.
when
Funky Flanker, do.
When Old World is the first game the first grand strategy game Planker's been good at. You have me and you have Angst, two of the best.
You don't even exist
strategy
compared to
players.
Angst.
Yeah.
You don't exist compared to Angst. Angst is everything. We can't beat Angst. If we all went against Angst, we lose.
Keep in mind, me and Angst are two of the best grand strategy players on the server. So yeah, we'll
Fight me in Total Warhammer, and we'll talk again.
if that is something that you're good at, you'll probably beat me. Just like how I beat Franco in most games, except
Long pause.
I beat Franco in most games, but not Old World. He is definitively better than me at Old World.
I mean, I'm sitting nearly on 20k hours on Total Warhammer 1, 2, and 3 combined.
Did you say 20k?
Yes.
Ow!
This is 1, 2, and 3 combined, by the way, not just separate.
Still impressive.
Give me a sec.
Total Warhammer has been one of the most games I love to play. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I think it's kind of spoiled for me a little bit just by the Warhammer of the current. This is the most old man thing I'm going to say. The current version of Warhammer Fantasy is not really the sort of Warhammer Fantasy that I used to play. It is.
Hang on,
Right.
I did the math. Cookie, you played for 2 1/3 years.
Sounds right.
Like, no sleeping or anything. Just 2 1/3 years. Wow.
Let's see. 1 came out in 2016. 2 came out in 2017. And 3 came out in 2022.
You love that game, clearly.
It's a good game.
Yeah, bet.
I don't think I'm the best in the community at any of the games we play, because I don't really play a lot of games anymore. I used to be pretty dangerous in Arma.
Yeah, I was going to say that of the games we play, your play style and experience in Arma 3 is pretty impressive, mate. I wouldn't do yourself down. And also in CK3, you're certainly one of the more skilled players. Although
I wouldn't say that. I mess up a lot.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing, and like you understand the builds and you understand how you're doing what you're doing. Even if you mess up, I think there's a difference between understanding like the mechanics of a game and messing up, and just kind of derping your way through. And you definitely understand a lot of the mechanics of the game and do some really impressive stuff.
Like that one when we were in the Middle East right after they changed that thing a couple patches ago. And I accidentally switched to Catholic because I didn't read it and got obliterated and killed. Yeah, that was quite impressive.
Yeah, but you knew why it happened. Like, everyone makes stupid clicking mistakes.
Because you don't have time to make decisions.
Yeah, particularly when you're lagging behind.
Yep.
Ludebox, how are you? Lovely to have you here. Oh, have I just agreed to perform in a play? What?
Yep, you did, teams.
How is performing a play a passage of... Never mind.
Well, he's done for. One of my champions just got consumption, and he already had his black with a minus. His health is dying. Well, you're done.
Dang.
Well, I don't care. It's just I have plenty of extra champions.
My travel is now going through Africa too.
But yes, Ludebox, my day's been not bad so far. Busy. I'm working on a couple of new projects at the moment, so it's well, that and the current interesting times in which we live are keeping me busy. I hope you and yours are doing well. What have you been playing recently? And how have your travels been? Oh dear. In years to come, that particular company will be a case study.
Can you tell which way I went through the petty kingdom of Wessex the first route? Is it all obvious? I landed in Dyfed and just walked straight across.
Go and visit Canterbury Cathedral for the, what, 87 gold there?
Yes.
I think it was 60 something.
Yeah.
Was
exactly.
31. The thing right below it is 31.
Yeah, I was full, so I didn't go get it. So I'm gonna go get it this time because I went on a hunting trip. So yeah, went on a hunting trip to allow my troops to recover from having been used. Now I'm going raiding again.
Oh no. Barbarians incoming on my flank. Old world stuff. Sorry, I won't do that again.
Barbarians coming on your flank is generally bad for you. I mean, unless you're into that sort of thing.
Luckily, I'm playing Worm, so I can build units really fast.
Ah, you're doing the Russ approach.
Pretty much. It's the weekly game, so yeah. The weekly games really like to be in deserts.
Yes, I noticed that recently.
Two of the last four have been in deserts.
Dude, I raid so fast, it's stupid too.
You have movement perks yet? Oh, no, you don't.
It takes me 5 days to raid a freaking a non-castle.
If you get the chance to
Temple.
get, I think it's, I don't know if it's logistic. No, it's army organizer. You get that immediately. Because then you'll be going as fast as a horse with your whole army. You got strong.
Which one?
Too. Army organizer. It's another commander trait.
Yeah, good luck. I'm probably not going to get that.
Yeah, I got super lucky getting to 7 traits recently.
It takes me 8 days to siege a castle.
That'll go even faster as your army grows.
I don't think it can, dude.
It can. I've gotten it down to 3. I mean, I had 15,000 troops waiting at any one time. But yeah, it can.
I say that because I have not only tier 3 raider trait, but I've also got the freaking raiding martial perk.
Yeah, I mean, if you have all of that and 15,000 troops, it can go even faster.
If I had 15, I don't think I would bring 15,000 troops on a raid, just because it would cost as much to get them in the water to get to the raiding area as I would make on the raid.
Yes. Well, no, I think raiding doesn't cost anything to embark.
Well, North
I'm
certainly
pretty sure
get a
it does.
massive discount on embarking, but I don't know that it'll be enough to write off quite that much.
15,000 troops. Yeah, you'd be bringing back. And how long are you out where you're going to get 1,500 in raiding money? You know, you're gone for 10 years.
No, well, with Army Organizer, you're not gone for very long at all. Because it takes like 5 days to move from county to county and 3 days to raid.
Yeah, but at best you're getting 20. Most of the time you're getting less than 10 if you hit every county.
20 to 40 usually down in Spain. Yeah.
There's a few that hit that high. They're not. It's not even usually. It's still, most of them are still less than 10, and the good ones are usually around 20. And yeah, there's a few that are that high, but
there's a 100 down there. Oh my god.
Sometimes. Is there right now?
In my game, the county of James, which has 4 places, had a perk of like corruption or something that massively increased its gold output, but also meant that the person in control of it didn't get that gold output. So it had like 4 times as much loot as it should have. My ear is ringing so loudly.
I mean,
That's
like,
nice.
2 runs through Wessex and they're done for 10 years. And I could only carry 400 at a time.
Whenever someone's talking, my ear stops ringing though, which is nice. Well, there's the high pitch ringing of tinnitus, and there's the low pitch ringing of tinnitus, and it's the low pitch ringing that goes away if my ear is getting any input at all.
And another good thing is because of my perks and stuff, I have 350 supply when I leave.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter that I'm going through all these places that can't even support me. I've got so many supplies.
Yeah, that when my guy died, that was the main issue that would happen with raiding. The raid loot capacity wouldn't be what brought me back. It would be the raid loot. What's it called?
The supplies.
The supplies. Yes. Thank you. Honestly, with all my bonuses, I can hire decent people for 100 food.
Holy! Oh, that was. All right, doing two things at once. My attention to detail might be a bit lower. I thought I was being able to hire my character in the recruitment phase. Yeah, my character's got 50 prowess. I was like, what the? I hired? Oh, hang on. No, that's not what that is at all. Absolute divot.
50 prowess is very nice.
It is not terrible.
I've only got 42.
That is still incredible. That's
yeah.
So annoying. I've got 100% for this bloody do passage of arms thing, and I have to wait for all the chances to come through.
see what my knight effectiveness per stewardship still does to my knights, because yes, my stewardship skill is 32, which is not bad for a first character adventurer.
I still need 90 more gold. I'm gonna have to land on France, go the coast of France a little while for like 3 hits.
That does look a really cool car, League Boss. I was just having a look at it. And that totally makes sense.
So if you're not raiding, can you still see what areas have been hit? Like, can you see the little torch marks?
You can't see the torches, but yeah, if you're raiding, you can see the torches. If you're not raiding, you can't see the torches, but you can click on individual places to see that they've been, that the loot is gone.
Yeah, but it's really cool when you see the torches. You can be like, so I can tell which way he went.
Yeah. I can go to the economic map mode and see it as well.
Oh, it's only 6 days for this castle. So I guess it's because I hit the capital of Wessex, so it's got higher fort level. It took 8 days.
That makes sense. Oh, there's a new capital. The new kingdom POI. I'm not gonna get it though. Yeah, I've already visited the place, but it's a new POI, so I can't get it.
Hey. Blue box, pies and haggis, the way forward, my friend. I've actually got haggis in my fridge at the moment. I may yet have Islanders tonight.
A prison break contract? I've never seen that before.
Oh, that's neat.
Is it against me? I do have a few people in prison.
No, it's over in the Middle East.
Finally able to raid. So nice.
Really, I've never been. I might have to take a trek. There's flights from South Wales to Dublin pretty free. Regularly, in fact, there's several flights that make it... The last time I looked, it was going to be cheaper for me if I wanted to fly to Scotland to fly via Dublin than to fly direct, which is insane.
Yeah, I might have to go visit Al-Andalus. Or should I expand my territory?
Oh, that's a tough choice.
I can't hold any more I can't hold any more land, so I'd be giving away titles. But
whoa! What the heck? Looking south in the southern Africa, by Sao. Look at how many kingdom titles there are there.
That is impressive, such a small area. Although,
I'm definitely going there.
expand duchy? When did this become a thing?
The latest patch. Oh,
Oh, I just made that county in the freaking that I have from what is it?
Yep.
I just made it man.
Man is
And then I'm gonna do Ulster and Oriel. I'm gonna have all those as my primary.
You can only have 4 counties.
Oh, it has to be less than 4. I could do 5.
4 less or less than 4?
Expand duchy. It's only allowed if greater than your legitimate. I got that. At least one of these. High Chieftain of Man has fewer than 4 de jure counties. So yeah, 4 is the max.
Okay.
So I could do
Ulster and Oriel.
Ulster, yeah, Oriel, because Oriel's got 5 freaking spots. So I want Ulster and Oriel.
Yeah. That's good.
So like, do I want Eilic or Oriel? Like, I want Oriel. I want Eilic. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want Oriel.
And if you do some shenanigans with your capital duchy, you can get Galloway back out of it and take Wifne, however you pronounce it, which also has 5. Yep. Or Difflin. There's a bunch with 5 over there.
I would have to. Oh yeah, I could do Difflin. Drop Ulster and Galloway and take Difflin and Brittany.
I'm just dropping out a voice. I'll still be in the game.
No worries, Les. Thank you for the
Sorry
games,
for
buddy.
the ins and outs.
Well, yeah, in your Thursday game, I mean, that's all you do.
I'll come to you again, don't worry.
Oh, you are a one.
Oh, I've got war elephants.
Oh, Kingdom of Denmark.
Oh, what happened?
Let's head down to Al-Andalus.
Do some raiding.
Yep.
Got a pretty juicy raid target with the capital.
I'm tempted to just bring men-at-arms. I haven't done it yet. Just go with 2K, go for 200. That way maybe they'll fight me, and I get prestige from winning fights.
With how many you have, I think you'll get to fight them anyways.
They're not going to raise up their armies against a 4,700 army when they only have 3,000. Not going to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If I'd have been able to get out of that and when West Frank, before they split into Aquitaine, and they had 5,000 troops, then I could have done that and could have raided West Frank, yeah, just for the fights. But I need to get on it and expand my territory too, because I want to be the king of Ireland after I get the Kingdom of Mon.
Just checking. The high tier treasure hunts, do they work or not?
Yes, they do. Only level 1 treasure hunts don't work. Wait, why do I still have the treasure hunt thing? Oh my god, there's a search for treasures button. Huh. Well, I'm just gonna abandon that. They always.
Oh, I just screwed up so bad. Oh no.
What's wrong?
I accidentally broke a betrothal and lost a level of fame.
Ah, dang.
Oh, I'm not even close to... Not even close to Exalted. It's not like they brought me to the top of Exalted. No.
One thing
That's going to be
helpful
time.
Is if you get enough vassals, you can do a grand tour for Majesty.
Does look lovely, Loot Boss. I've bookmarked that.
Ha! The one that I can get 100 from, I got Boundless Plunder from, so I just got 1,300 from. Or not 1,300, 130.
30, yep.
And they're at war here, so I'm going to go and wipe out all their armies.
Missions and contract. Right.
Oh, Mubarazin counter freaking heavy infantry. They're heavy infantry that counter heavy infantry.
Very, very powerful.
That's freaking ridiculous.
Yes.
Whoa, Lancaster used to also counter heavy infantry, but they don't anymore. Now they counter archers. I think I'm close to getting another +1 to all my stats due to the diversity. Oh, I didn't get any Coptic people or Waki people. I could go back and get some, but I don't really feel like it.
Yeah, I just walked around and farmed like almost 1,000 prestige.
That's me.
Yep, you just desynced, buddy.
Yep. I'll just rejoin. We've only got like 20 minutes left, so.
Yep. Letting it run for 3 days and then get the rejoin, my friend. There you go.
Joining.
You search shed link for the travel channel. I will have a look. Yeah, I was already looking at that. Tell you what, if you enjoy excellent food, that's a bit out of the way, but Anstruther is for the fish and chips there. Like I literally travelled 3 hours to go and get lunch there just to come back. It is, Wagley will vouch, it is a fantastic place for lunch.
Hey, I'm hearing you have not gotten Wagley any snacks today, and that is unacceptable, and you need to get on that.
Wagley now has her own ability to gain snacks at my expense.
I'm not listening for excuses. I'm saying you need to get on it.
Oh, we might have to go on another Wagley adventure, although I don't think I can afford to do Beefy Boys twice in a month. Laz, it's bold of you to assume that Wagley doesn't already have it.
She probably took it from him a little bit ago when he tried to do her voice for her.
I think Wagley's still working her way through the flapjacks from Flapjackery.
I'm back in. Those things do look really weird. Oh, there we go. Fixed it.
You put a limit on the card you gave her? What is wrong with you?
The bank put a limit on the... I didn't want to tell you, man. The bank put a limit on my card too.
No trust. No trust.
I totally trust Wagley.
With strong enough buildings, you can actually make it so moving your camp is faster than moving normally. Of course, I can't really do that with second HUD, but...
Oh, I think you've
it is
desynced again, buddy.
Ah, dang it. That's weird. Shouldn't happen.
Oh, give me a sec. I'll run it on 3 days, and then I'll just rehost quickly. Because there's not like there's lots of us.
We got like 10 minutes left in the...
20 minutes. We've got time. Because there's only 4 of us. It's not having to... Or 5 of us, sorry. We're not having to wrangle everyone on their dog. Give me 2 secs and I'll... The problem with rehost is when you've got like 12 or 14 people, suddenly it's not easy. Right, I will exit desktop, restart the game, and get the rehost up. And I'll just stick it in the community servers thing. I'm only going to put the server ID because the rest of the stuff will be the same.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, boss. I haven't seen the debit card for my main account for 4 or 5 years. There must be a new one being sent out soon because I just don't use it.
My bank's I'm due for my credit card next month. Not my debit card, and they're not even going to. They already sent me a letter saying they're not sending me one because I don't use it.
Wow. What sort of cost saving is that? Because they
they're like, unless you put it in an ATM or you use it for a purchase, we're not sending you another debit card. I'm like, fair.
Yeah, I suppose you're not using it at all. But normally banks love sending out debit cards because they get the fees. And in the US, the fees for debit cards are pretty much the same as the fees for credit cards.
Yeah, but I use my credit card and then pay off my credit card every month.
Yeah, that's fair. Go on, hurry up, load faster.
Initializing CK3 takes longer than loading the game for us.
The fees are now uncapped, aren't they, in America for credit cards? Yeah. There was an antitrust case that was moving forward under the last administration, or not. I'm not even sure you could call it an antitrust case. There was an investigation into the fees that Visa, MasterCard, and Amex charge, because Amex fees are ridiculous in the US. But I believe that is is not currently ongoing. A bit of a swings and roundabouts thing if you're a US consumer, because you absolutely do face higher costs for products because of debit and credit card fees, but also you get the illusion of earning more money back because the reward cards are significantly better in the US because such a high percentage of them comes from the transaction fees that then goes into rewards, whereas where you've got capped fees in Europe, that doesn't really apply. Right, I've just stuck the server ID in now, guys. I was kind of hopeful there'd be some more disruption in the US card market. I've not even put a password on it, by the way. It's just hidden as private, and you can click on the link.
Oh. Ah, it's hidden. That's why I couldn't see it in the list.
Yep.
Well, geez, I was doing the same thing for in the list. I didn't.
Oh, if you're looking on the list, give me 2 secs. I'll put it on the list as well. I just need to.
No, the joining direct works. I'm already joining direct.
Yeah, but everything works. It's just I'll put the password back on because if it's got on the list, they go.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know.
Yeah, that's fair, bud. Nice.
I'm joining too. We just didn't know you were doing it that way.
Yeah, in fact, everyone is You're not joining. You're the only one that's not, sir.
That's because you put the password back on.
You're absolutely right. I'm not saying it's not my fault. Yeah, the card industry in the US is really good for you if you are rich. And the banking industry in general.
In the US.
Yeah, that's fair. But
I hate to say it, but most things in the world are good for you if you're rich.
Oh, very true. But
let's not pretend that's a specific US thing.
Oh no, definitely not. But I would say that the lack of regulation in banking in the US, it means it's incredibly bad to be poor in the US, which is why you've got such a high percentage of unbanked and underbanked people in the richest nation on earth. Because things like, it is perfectly legal for, if you've got bills coming out the same day as your pay goes in, it is perfectly legal in the US for your account holding institution to just deduct all of the deductions, take you overdrawn, and then apply your pay and charge you for it. It's been contested and approved in the court of law. It freaking sucks. One of the projects I worked on in the States I can talk about is I worked on trying to help solve unbanked issues for people in the States. Because one of the challenges that are faced is if you don't have access to get a credit card, or you have shaky access to be able to get any sort of debit card at all, or even somewhere that will let you direct deposit salaries, or an account that will let you use ACH, which is not all accounts, it's not even half of them, then it's a really shaky place to be and really expensive. D-Crossco says, when you overdraw, you have 1 day to get your money in your account. That is entirely your financial institution's choosing.
That's why he said when he overdraws, he has 1 day. Yes. I'm assuming it's a he.
But the point is that it's not universal. So there is no federal requirement to say that you have to be given a grace period. You also don't know
what country he's in. And you're putting Wagley to sleep with your boring talk about financial institutions.
That's fair.
We're all in.
Yep, let's crack on.
Why can't I vote for myself as the next king of England? Ireland. When I have 4 of the counties.
Because you're not eligible.
You have Citizens Bank, and most banks give you a day. Most banks absolutely do not give you a day. And it also depends on how much money you put in. And I say this as just for a little bit of background. This isn't British streamer looks across pond at something he knows nothing about. I've consulted for every one of the major banks in the US. I've also consulted for 3 of the US's largest unions, specifically on unbanked and underbanked people and the future of payments.
It's okay. We're used to you just talking for the sake of hearing your voice.
Reasonable. But that's it's one of the problems is that most people don't discuss it, so you've got no idea. Like things that there are things that people do that make no sense whatsoever. If you have a reasonable income and you keep your balance in your account typically, or your balance at an account holding institution typically above like $1,500 or $6,000, depending on the institution, the card. There are people that have to cycle debit cards every 3 months and don't have any access to the digital economy whatsoever, that are perfectly legally working within the US.
Hey, these 4 kingdom titles are still here when I arrive.
Also, just so it's said out loud, close to when I've said another thing, this isn't US bad. This is, there are specific challenges that each country has around the world. The US, very specifically, has a huge challenge around people close to the poverty line having real issues because there's no regulation like in the UK. There's a regulation about you're legally entitled to banking, albeit that the banks can refuse to offer you a credit product, but there is such thing as a basic bank account that gives you a lot of the functionality. You don't overdraw your account just so you know you're more responsible than that. I just know the rules of my bank. Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. And it's always good to know the rules of your account. And also, the rules didn't used to be the way they are in the UK around overdrafts. And a younger, stupider version of myself got charged several £100s in overdraft fees one month. Because my bank did exactly the same thing before it wasn't allowed here, which is we have something called direct debit. It's a slightly more advanced version of ACH. Again, not saying US bad, just ACH is a older payment product than direct debit. And they took the direct debits out of my account and took me overdrawn and then put my wages in. And I was most unhappy. And yes, again, I apologize. Wagley has definitely heard this once. I think Wagley's heard this more than once during the last month.
I overdrew my account just this month, but being as I'm not one of the people that he's talking about, I had money in my savings, and like my bank is set up to just automatically move money when I'm not paying attention and not charge me for it.
That's the thing. Like a lapse in if you are in a higher income bracket, which I don't think any of us here would pretend that you're not. You're a skilled worker. Like, that's completely inconsequential that you just missed something. It's not that you were totally broke at the end of the month. It was, you missed something, so the bank will move the money over because they make more money from you spending on their other products or the other products they offer. It's worthwhile then keeping you as a customer. But if you're on the poorer end, the way they make money out of you is absolutely fees. Which is why something that I think sometimes people, when they speak to other people and I can't afford groceries, so I went overdrawn this month. You're like, well, you're an idiot. Like, just manage your money better. Because I did the same thing and it had no impact. But there's a very different impact depending on which.
Yeah.
Where you are
I've been on the other
scale.
side of the street where like you get $35 charge for a overdraft and for a $2 overdraft. It's like, really?
Right, exactly that. You're like, what? You're telling me it cost you $35 to administer giving $2 to someone? Sure, bud. Like, but yeah, that's one of the reasons I think it's important that people understand that even within the same countries you're in can be living a very different life based on with very different experiences of the same service. Because if you are wealthy, and I don't mean wealthy as in you're a multi-millionaire. I mean wealthy as in you don't have to worry from month to month about whether you can put food on the table or not. There's a very different experience of some systems. Gonna have to go and find contracts somewhere else. How rude. It's the first time this whole session I'm going to have to move.
I've been doing almost nothing but moving this whole session.
See, I've not moved at all. I've stayed in Ghent the entire time, certainly my camp has.
Well, you've already hit most of the POIs out there.
It's good that you do. Some people are not as knowledgeable as you. Otherwise, banks wouldn't slap fees for accounts being overdrawn. Yeah, but it's definitely worth knowing the fee. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. It's definitely worth knowing the fees of the products that you've got, and I think also it's really sad that education. This is a global issue, not a US one. Is that most education doesn't teach financial education, and banks know that, so they will do their best to obscure their terms and conditions as much as possible, which I think is a crappy way to treat people. And that's universal, because banks are global institutions, generally globally crappy ones. Wagley says the UK's FCA rule actually requires consumers receive the necessary support needed. Receive communication they can understand. Indeed, yeah, they've got the plain. Is it the campaign for plain English that they adopted, or the crystal clear? I think it is. And the products and services should both be of fair value and meet the consumer's need. Which isn't to say that there aren't terrible products out there. But it certainly provides a bit more of a safety net, and I think everyone everywhere in the world should have that.
Yep.
Principle 12. Thank you, Wagley. Sorry, weirdly, so Wagley is far more knowledgeable than me. That's not the weird bit. Around
no, we know that. We've heard her
UK
talk.
consumer finance law, whereas my specialty is, or one of my specialties is US consumer finance and payments. Why?
You work with a lot of US people.
Yes.
Is Ireland one county? How does she have the kingdom title?
He won't for long.
Good. Murder him.
No, I'm gonna take his county.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Murder his land. You take it for yourself.
It's one of the things that I kind of hope we will get back to norms at some point of unifying regulation around well, not just financial products, but also unifying regulation around product safety, because that'll make free trade a lot easier. Are you joining my camp as a stooge? Yes. You are actually pretty good, so I'll instantly be getting rid of that stooge spot. Leave it open, get more people. I'm going to have to move again. Oh no, I didn't go to the town crier. I just found a contract nearby.
I am so low on provisions.
Wagley says it's incredibly scary in the UK, the number of people that don't understand their own credit file. Yeah, and I think a lot of that's been because no one teaches them, right? Again, global problems. No one really teaches people or provides a long-term impact. And there has been a lot of good regulation in the last, well, moves in the right direction, let's say, in the last 20 years, to stop the worst practices. But yeah, it feels like my entire consumer finance education at school, I went to school in the UK, was one day sitting in front of a video for 35 minutes, and the video was probably 20-something years out of date when I watched it, about the perils of hire purchase. That was it. It's and unfortunately, we seem to be, in general, we seem to be going through an age of people mistrusting experts, which causes more problems as well. And it's more difficult to tell if you don't have history education, as an example. People struggle to be able to tell the difference between real and fake information or news, and that's only going to get worse in an age of AI. So,
yeah, which is why in my opinion, we need regulation around fake news.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because there's like the UK doesn't have that sorted either. There's a
how do you do that without impinging on free speech?
Free speech,
That is the main issue, yes.
Because I think that's one of the problems as well, is that there's no country in the world where you can say literally anything, because and that would also be a terrible place to live if you could just make threats to life on a daily basis, or keep shouting fire in crowded theatres, to use a US Supreme Court example. Like, that's just dickish behaviour. You don't want that in your society. But yeah, how do you... we've had laws, and there's various laws around the world about, like, if you lie about someone either in writing or by speech and you're intentionally spreading misinformation, but that doesn't...
Slandered.
Yeah, and the challenge is that that's a rich person's law, and also, what's the saying that a liar's made its way around the world by the time the truth has put its boots on? Like, you often saw like a page 7 retraction of an apology about something that doesn't matter anymore 6 months after it's been said.
Or better said, the damage is done.
You can shout fire at the crowded theatre in the US if there is a fire. Exactly, yes, you can. But shouting fire in a crowded theatre if there is not is dick behaviour and is illegal.
The fact that they had to make that a law is stupid.
Yeah, like, but don't you think it's like a lot of health and safety law, though? Like, you work in a field where health and safety is incredibly important, and people are like, oh, all this regulation. You're like, yeah, but all of that's written in blood, and because there were idiots around.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't belong there. It's health, definitely is health and safety.
No, I know, I was agreeing with you.
Made them write that law.
Yeah, it's like, don't chew dynamite. If I have to make that a law.
Like car manufacturers' manuals all have to say, do not drink the battery acid.
Yeah.
Somebody did it.
Which is like super depressing. It's just... But I think also, like, you want to try and be understanding, right? I know, I understand the concepts behind a combustion engine, and push comes to shove, I could do some basic repairs. But compared to an engineer or a mechanic, I know nothing. I have a broad range of knowledge that's not very deep. I know a little bit about a lot of things. That's my job. And that's why most people are. They know, like, their specialism really well, and they'll look at you like a landscape architect will look at you funny for using the wrong mortar base for your stone, thinking that's just common sense, man. That's going to fail. It's going to crack. Why are you doing that? But if you don't know, you don't know. Common sense is not all that common. And also, it's not as easy as just look it up if you haven't been educated on, like, how to tell the difference between a reliable source and not. And And one of the problems we have right now globally is that people shouting on the internet, just because you can shout really loud about your political views, whatever they are, or your economic views, like reasonable people can disagree on the way we tackle challenges around the world. But it's where people think that equal time should be given to a ranting lunatic that knows nothing about a subject. Flat earthers, great example. If you know nothing about science, it's okay. We didn't used to put you on TV.
Since this all started out with media, I think one of the best things the U.S. could do with media is reinstate that law to where they couldn't do advertisement within a certain amount of time before and after any freaking newscast. Because back then they held each other accountable.
Yes. Yeah.
Whoever had the best, most unbiased news got people to watch the show preceding and postceding the news because people were lazy and didn't want to change the channel.
So I would say that I think sometimes people that have not been to the US like look at the US and go, oh well, the media's terrible. You're like, well, no, media literacy is dropping. The amount of people spend on media themselves individually has dropped in terms of news media. But the US has a proud history of excellent journalism. It still has excellent journalism going on. But it's also hard to find.
I don't know.
In every country.
You can't find unbiased news in the US at all anymore.
I don't think you can find unbiased news anywhere. I think that every news has a bias. It's just not as big as people assume. Like the UK,
they try to hide their bias. They try to sell it as unbiased all the time, especially over here.
Yeah, I think that's maybe fair, and I think maybe. I think what I find challenging about like professional news stations is that some of them are incredibly duplicitous. Like, for example, Fox News was found against in court, and where their defense was no sane person would believe that this was anything other than entertainment. Well, you've got news in your title, guys. That's disingenuous. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to call yourself news if you're not going to be news.
I'm not saying any of them are better than the others.
Oh,
They're
no.
Pretty much freaking across the board awful.
I'm agreeing with you. I mean, the UK, we have the BBC, which I think is always illustrated how, like, down the centre the BBC News is, because if you're on the left of politics, the BBC is a right-wing mouthpiece, and if you're on the right of politics, it's lefty liberal media types telling you how you should live. I think if everyone's angry at you, you're doing an okay job.
Like the last 15, 20 years, everyone was thinking the US Fox News was to the center, everyone else is to the right. I think the last election pretty much showed they were completely lost as to what was actually going on, because they were lost in because they had their bias, and they were completely believing their bias, and they lost track of what was really going on and had no idea they were about to lose the election. It showed it. It was just horrible. It's like, come on, guys.
Have you got the case for that? I'd be super interested to see that.
The case?
No, it said
okay.
CNN used the same defense a year later and won the case. I'd love to, if you've got a link to the legal ruling, I'd genuinely love to see it, because it's always good to put. I spend a lot of my time outside of streaming communicating with people and talking about kind of how to understand sources and bias, and understand your own bias. If you've got a link to that would be a great example. And also, it's really interesting that if you look at global output from some of the same news organizations, they tend to be more centrist. And that's not because their global arm is just better people. It's because there's no real market for global news with no one cares globally whether it was a Democratic or Republican policy. They just it is indeed. They just care that that it was an American policy.
Oh, we are well over time. Oh God,
we are indeed.
Pausing up.
But yeah, Erica, if you wouldn't mind like DMing me that or sending me on the Discord, I would be super appreciative. End of session.
End of session, and I ended up in prison.
So one of the things I think could actually also help the news, so I agree with you about advertising, because I think if you removed advertising, you'd stop the 24/7 news cycle, because it's no longer makes any sense to run that. But if you also make it a condition of you're having your broadcast license still, it's a bit less effective of a tool today that you provide a news service, and also that the news service budget is mandated or is paid for by a taxation on advertising and refunded to those news companies based on providing unbiased news.
See, Anime Seahorse, I wasn't trying to point out any specific group, because like I wasn't saying CNN or MSNBC or Fox or whatever. They're all biased, and they all hide it.
Well, I don't think they're very successful at hiding it, because like that would be interesting.
They keep getting caught. Like they were really good. The ones that were biased left were really good at hiding it while Biden was in office and while Obama was in office, even the first Trump presidency, because he was just so not liked across the board. But freaking as soon as he won with the popular vote also, and then everybody being completely off saying, oh, Kamala was going to be a landslide. It's like they were so off the mark. It's like, you guys, you don't even see your own bias anymore.
Yeah, and well, I think
and for the record, I'm moderate. I'm not pro Trump or pro anything. I try to stick down the middle. And when I see stuff like that, it's like, now where does someone like me go to get U.S. news from? Freaking Al Jazeera.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing, is like a lot of my friends in the states that I work with use BBC News, and what a sad indictment that is. And by the way, CNN and MSNBC's news coverage of global business news, phenomenal. Sorry, CNBC's news.
Even Fox News is the most global stuff is pretty freaking good, because they don't care.
There's
no bias there. Unless it's about something that's politically fractious in the U.S., like Ukraine or something like that. It's going to be unbiased because they don't have a bias.
I like independent media as long as you look at the takedowns of watching.
I use a site. I use Ground News. I
think that's
every day I get my updates on that, and that way at least I know the bias going in, because everyone's biased.
Ground News became a big thing right around when I was getting off of politics news.
Yeah, it's good because it gives you a bit more of a view across the piece on where a particular story's coming from.
All of the people I watched were advertising it.
Yeah, well, that's because it's a subscription-based business, but so it makes sense to put a lot of money into advertising. You have to grow to a certain size. But I will say one of the cool things that the UK has done that I'd like to see more places do, and the UK is not a perfect scheme, but they noticed that local news is dying on its arse because of the internet, which is a global phenomena.
Yep.
Because if news is free, why would I pay for your local newspaper? So they started doing public service journalist reporting. So you can register as a journalist and go and do public service reporting, independent of the BBC. It's managed through the BBC, but and that news that that is gained from that, and it's doing things like going to local courts and reporting on stories there, and on planning issues, and on like really important civic stuff that's not going to get covered if you don't have any journalists left. And I thought that was quite an interesting wee scheme that could be maybe replicated.
But like when I was growing up, everyone still had newspapers because I'm old, right? And my dad would read the paper every day. And my dad's liberal, and he's very much left wing. But he would say he gets these papers, like he would get the Orlando Sentinel because I grew up in Florida. He would get the Orlando Sentinel, the Daytona Beach News Journal, because the Daytona Beach News Journal was liberal and the Orlando Sentinel was conservative. So he would get both views, even though he didn't agree with the Orlando Sentinel most of the time, especially not the editorials. But even then, they were open about their bias. They would mention it in their editorials all the time. It's like, this is how we feel. This is how we are. And they wouldn't apologize for it, but you knew it going in.
I think also the like I don't think there's been a golden age. Maybe the 90s or the 80s or 90s, but that was just the start of 24-hour news as well. I don't know, maybe the 50s, 60s were the golden age for like American news. Like, I'm thinking like Walter Cronkite and that kind of period. But
the 80s.
Probably. The 80s, yeah. And I think that it's really one of the problems has been, and you see it with political parties as well, that this like just reporting on the news isn't sensational enough to get people to watch. Why would you watch a 24/7 news channel? Like in general, how does that improve your life? And I say that as someone that has to watch it. So
they did a really good job with.
Oh, sorry. After you, sir.
Can you guys not hear me?
You cut out. You said really good job with, and then you cut out.
Oh, CNN.
You cut out again.
By CNN, sir. You cut out again. Where is he?
Check. Is that better?
I heard check. Try again, sir.
All right. So CNN, at first, they were really good with headline news because they had really hot women doing the freaking anchoring. So they got lots of viewers. Mm-hmm. And I think they got off of that. And I don't know where Flanker went.
I'm still here. We should probably go raiding someone else because it's Wednesday, which is my date night. I'd love to continue this conversation. Erica Boo, I'll look out for that as well. I don't think either of those should be held as an entertainment product. If you're on a news channel, it just shouldn't be the case. Like, by all means, if you're Last Week Tonight, you're a comedian-fronted show, you can talk about that as an entertainment thing, or one of the late night shows. So you're watching a comedian. If it's on a channel that says news in the name, whatever your political bias, you shouldn't be allowed to get away with a defense of no reasonable person would believe me.
Yeah, like the Daily Show on Comedy Central. They set up like a news, but they're obviously a parody. They're on Comedy Central, and it doesn't say news.
Yep. Right. I am just having a look to see who we can raid. Sorry, I pressed the buttons because we turned the thing off, and now look at this. Any suggestions? FG's finished.
Yeah, don't get the Seattle Times if you want unbiased news.
I haven't read the Seattle Times in a very long time.
Well, if you know the bias, it's how to put it. It's easier to take the bias into account when seeing what they post.
The reality
if you're
is
extreme left, you'll love the news at Seattle Times.
The problem is, like, the history of a lot of the news is that, like, newspapers weren't always, they were, the newspaper barons owned newspapers, whatever you call them locally, the titans of the newspaper industry, and owned information. There's clips you can watch going back to the 1960s, kind of talking about how bias is a thing. But historically, like, local newspapers used to be more about making sure they didn't upset their big advertisers than political bias on any particular side. Don't mention this. They're laying people off at the local factory because they may stop advertising with us, was more of a concern than kind of.
And now they're
bias.
all owned by national conglomerates.
Oh, yeah. And what's the one that's
Sinclair?
really scary? The one that owns the majority of the local
Sinclair.
news networks. Sinclair News Network.
Yep.
Yeah, they are scary, man. Like,
super scary.
And their news teams definitely do not have any freedom of speech, being as they have all news bulletins that go everywhere, that are read word for word. Right. You know what? Let's send you over to Cobra Grant chat. There are all the raid commands. If you wouldn't mind making a wee bit of noise and going and hanging out, even if you just leave a lurk to Cobra Grant, awesome channel. I'm sure you're going to love his content. And I'll be back tomorrow. There's more CK3 tomorrow evening for our Thursday evening game. Everyone that's watching is welcome to join us. It's a game in progress, but you can still join as a wandering adventurer. and create your own house and dynasty, even though we're way through the game. But it's been a pleasure. It's lovely to have a chat with people on a sensible basis about stuff. I always enjoy our chilled out CK3s.
Hey, apologize to Plan for us for not holding you longer and her having to tolerate you.
I was waiting for that. Apologize to Plan what, for holding me up? No, not holding me up long enough.
I gotta go. I gotta go get lunch.
Yep. See you all later, guys. Bye for now. No one noticed this. I put the raid command in the wrong channel. There you go, guys. Bye-bye for now.